Why is it that most churches don't grow beyond 200? Simply because it's the pastor that does everything. It's the self-employed model. It's the pastor that does it. The pastor does all the preaching, the pastor does all the visitation, the pastor does this, the pastor does that. Unfortunately, a pastor cannot manage more than 200 people as a person. That's why it caps at that level. Almost every church hits a growth plateau at 200. So, if you don't create a system, at that point, introduce a system and take it beyond you, you're stranded. There is power in synergy. You can't beat God. Even God that created us said it is not good for man to be alone. Two are better than one. So systems help us to leverage the principle of synergy. Two people will produce a whole lot more. 3 people, 4 people, 5 people will produce a whole lot more results than one person can. So I share with pastors, and you know what? The same phenomenon is true in business. Same. It was defined by one of the MBA classes at the University of Michigan. They gave it a name. They called it the brick wall. That the average business hit that brick wall. And what's the point? You start the business, you get the needs right. You define people's needs right. You get the product or service right. And you are passionate about it. Once you get that, the confluence between those 3 right, you make sales. Then your clientele begins to increase. And that's where we begin to have problems. Now you have a lot of orders, and you are beginning to disappoint people. Because you've not cut their clothes. And gratefully in Nigeria, there's somebody to blame. NEPA or PHC or whatever, Ikeja electric distribution company or whatever. There was no light. And the what of generator? The generator packed up. It's a lie. The point is, you are not having enough time to make those clothes or those dresses. That's the point. The organization is demanding for resources that are beyond the capacity of one person. Period. The only way you can jump over this brick wall is to build systems. It's to move from the S quadrant to the B quadrant.